You are not on this earth to have possession over people. You can have possession of a car. You can have possession of a house. When you become possessive, you become controlling. And out of that control comes violence. Obsession. Obsession can trickle out of this too. That person's not calling me back, so I'm going to keep calling them back. I'm going to keep calling them back. I'm going to keep calling them back. I'm going to keep texting them. I'm going to keep texting them. But y'all don't have a relationship. Y'all don't live together. Y'all don't have nothing in common. But I laid down with him, and he's supposed to call me the next day after I have sex with him. Says who? When was a rule book written that because you have sex with someone, they're supposed to call or text you the next day or the next hour? There's no guarantee to that. That's why there have been times where women get up and say, you know, you're going to call me, right? Or men get up, I'm going to text you tomorrow. Because you can't assume because you have sex with someone that certain things go on. You must have emotional management. When things don't work out, you have to be safe enough to walk away without getting violent. Slashing people's tires, breaking their windows, assaulting people, trying to damage their current job opportunity, trying to bring separation between them and their kid. Emotional management. There needs to be a harness that you put on yourself to manage yourself. Because at your strongest, you know your limits, what you can't know, what you can handle and what you can't. That's when you're at your strongest. Walking around like you can handle everything, you're weak. You're weak. Because you're human, and at the end of the day, everybody has limits. If you can't handle him messing with multiple girls while you're being sexually intimate with him, then be fine with that and vocalize that. If you can't handle as a male her just being your sexual partner and you want more, then vocalize that. But don't walk around being possessive and you don't want things that should be healthy and productive. Having a relationship with someone that's healthy. Is it work? Yes. Because it's two worldviews, two different upbringings, two different people that were raised in different ways. So it is work. Is it beautiful work? Yes. Because you grow as an individual. You become more considerate. You become more understanding. You start seeing your flaws. If you're walking around and you're not emotionally connecting with anyone, sometimes you don't see anything that's wrong with you. You think you're Mr. Perfect or Mrs. Perfect. But get into a relationship. You'll find some things that's jacked up about you. Some things you really need to work on. Emotional management. The state of society is getting crazy. Girls are walking around running through guys with the attitude, well, men could do it. Men, there's no stigma on women having multiple partners anymore. Some men even find it appealing. We live in an upside down world. Emotional management. It's okay to say you was hurt. It's okay to say you was confused. It's okay to say you was thinking things were one way when they are another way. But the most dangerous thing you could do is walk around being delusional. You don't want to be delusional. You don't want to make things more than what they are. Because out of your delusion becomes behavior that can only hurt you more than help you. And then they could put you in a position where you want to hurt other people. And that's only back to hurting yourself. No one's worth that. And you have to categorize it. You have to be able to understand yourself before laying down with anyone else. Understand yourself before laying down with anyone else. Emotional management. We living in a society where sex is encouraged. Porn is encouraged. But after realizing the sexual aspect of yourself, you need to keep in consideration the emotional side. And then as females, you need to take ownership of your emotions. Even if you get disappointed, even if you get led astray to believe things are what they're not, you are responsible for your emotions. You're not supposed to act violent. Out of that disappointment, no one has to pay. Take ownership. Were there for red flags? Were there blurred lines? Were there times you should have asked questions, but you didn't? And for men, every woman that says that she can handle a sexual relationship can't. Some women don't spend enough time with themselves to even see that they can't until they get into it, and then they get emotionally involved. And then you can't control what she does out of that emotion. But that's your responsibility to know someone beyond sex. You know, some people are just emotionally off. They've been emotionally off. You can't change it. So when they flatten your tires or break your windows, you got to take ownership because you saw it. You ignored it. Not me. It won't possibly happen to me. But if she emotionally was off from the beginning, that's where you got to take ownership. You can't get but so mad at her. be careful. Be careful when it comes to this topic of sex. Because you can entertain people's emotions. You can't, you don't have to entertain their emotions. And either way, emotional frenzy can come out of it. And you can't control what people do when they're emotionally hurt. I tell people that all the time. What's justified for you might not be justified for someone else. And what's justified for someone else might not be justified for you. And you can't control that. So you have to, I think, I'm not even going to say think. I know and believe as an adult, you grow more mature in your affairs. You don't handle people the way you used to handle them when you was 16, 17. Compared to when you're 25, 26 or 36, 40. You don't handle people the same way because you should be evolving as a person and you become more mature. And so what you used to do with females, that should change over time. And as a female, what you used to do with males, that should change over time. You should learn. Life shouldn't be always going in a complete circle. Well, this is just me. No, if it's dysfunctional, you need to take note and say, look, I don't even like it for myself. How can I change this? Do I need to get better with making it clear what things are, what boundaries are set, what relationships are? Or do I need to limit my interactions? Do I need to take time away? I'm a big advocate in practicing abstinence as adults. Mainly because a female should not be jumping from man to man to man to man. Because I guarantee you, by the fifth man she done jumped to, she can't look in the mirror and know herself. She got all 5 different personalities swimming in her. 5 different personalities. Because every time you lay down with somebody, you leave with different things. All of a sudden, you don't know why you acting or thinking a certain way. Emotional management. What you think you can handle, you're really getting out of sync. You're really getting out of whack. You're really in an emotional frenzy. Jumping from man to man to man, it's not hurting anybody else but yourself. Because you're not taking time out to deal with yourself. And before you know it, the strangest person in the world to you will be the person you look at in the mirror. Because you won't recognize you. Because you got too many people running through your life. And as a male, you need to be clear on conveying what things are. Don't blur the lines for the sake of getting certain things. Because there's going to come a time where the person you're dealing with is going to want a clear-cut line. And you have to be able to handle the things that are cut off from you establishing that and the things that are added from you establishing that.